Hi everyone, welcome to another table talk. Just wanted to do a review now on the SunnySky Edge R2305 2800 kV quad motor that I've been using in my park jets here for quite a while now. I've actually been running two of them pretty regularly in my RC Powers F22 version 5 and T50 version 5. They've been running really well. I probably now have I would say probably on one of the motors anyway, at least 100 flights. I haven't had any problems with it whatsoever. I've been very pleased with its performance. So I've been running it primarily on, well, just solely on 3S. I tried to do one bench test one time on a 4S battery, and unfortunately I think I was using this Turnigy AE45 speed controller, and I don't think it actually could handle the amps that the motor wanted. So anyway, it didn't work out. So I've just been running it pretty hard on 3S. There's a couple of different vendors that I actually purchased mine from, and I'll share the links down below. AliExpress, I think on AliExpress they're about $20. Banggood, they're about $23. For me, pardon me, living on the west coast of Canada, getting it shipped from AliExpress, although it was free, took about 2 weeks longer. It actually took nearly eight weeks, I think, altogether to get to me from AliExpress. And it's kind of weird because they show it listed as $40 and something, and then that's crossed out, and then the sale price of 20 something. But anyway, I'll have both those links in the comments down below. One of the things that you may have heard me mention about this motor in many of my flight tests is I've always felt from the first time that I flew it that the numbers that it shows on the bench, for the most part, it actually performs better at the field, if that kind of makes sense. I think it's one of these situations where once the motor has a real chance to really spin out and wind out at the field, it compared to other motors, performance-wise in the air. And I think, although the stator is a little bit smaller than, say, the Emax 2306 or the GEP-RC 2306, because it's a 2305, I think the fact that it's a 2800 kV motor, and I'm suspecting it's running probably quite close to 2800, although I don't have anybody else's testing to tell me that. I think that higher kV makes up for the slightly smaller stator. Still provides plenty of torque, no problems whatsoever, muscling through any kind of wind or anything like that, and even on the larger park jets like the T50, F22, which have 27-inch wingspans. I've never had a problem with it. So I've run it a lot on the Turnigy AE45, which unfortunately I just found out in the last couple of weeks is discontinued. Hobby King no longer is going to sell it, which is kind of disappointing because you've heard me rave about how great a speed controller I thought this was. So anyway, unfortunately, if you may have to find something else. It also has run, when I originally started testing it, I ran it a lot on the Turnigy Plush from Hobby King. I would say I thought, mostly just because I could really play around with the timing and pulse width modulation in this speed controller. I would say with the Turnigy AE45, if I was to put a number to it, maybe 5% more performance, better performance, but you would have no problems running it with the Turnigy Plush on 3S, 40 amp speed controller on 3S anyway, and it has plenty of overhead burst up to 55 amps. It's more amp hungry. I've run it strictly on the 6x4 APC gas and the 6x3 EMP. Now, pardon me. On the bench, the 6x3 EMP has like unbelievable numbers. I think it produced something like 200 grams more thrust than the 6x4 APC gas. But it's one of these things at the field. It takes a bit slower, a bit longer for it to wind out to top speed with the 6x4 prop, as you would imagine, because it's got slightly more pitch. But I don't have, currently I don't really have any sort of way. I don't have telemetry. My GPS data logger seems to have let me down, and I haven't really done a whole lot more experimentation with my RC Speedo app on my phone. So I guess it's just a matter of feel. I don't know that top end. There's a whole lot of difference in speed, and you know, we all have our preferred props. I quite honestly prefer the 6x4 APC gas. For acceleration, definitely, because this is a lower pitch prop, you know, I do definitely notice that I get better whole shot acceleration with the 6x3 EMP. You know, I've had a chance, now that we're into summer here where I live in Canada, to fly this in warmer temperatures, you know, mid to high 20s Celsius, and have had no problems whatsoever. This motor actually impresses me in how cool that it actually runs. This is the first SunnySky motor of any kind that I've run in any of my planes, and I'm very, very pleased, very impressed with its performance. Yeah, if you've watched I did a video, sort of my top 5 quad racing motors since I started testing quad racing motors well over a year ago, and this SunnySky Edge R2305 2800 was kind of my third favorite after the GEP RC and the Emax 2306 2750 motors. So yeah, very, very impressed. Very very powerful, runs cool. Is a bit amp hungry compared to some of the other motors, but for just day-to-day, you know, good performance, high speed performance and torque in my park jets. I've been very, very pleased with it. Again, I've only run it on 3S, but and I probably will just keep running it on 3S. It's just a good setup, and I like how it performs. So there. This is kind of, I guess, maybe a midterm review. Maybe, you know, we'll see how it goes as I keep putting, you know, months and months more flying time into it, like I said. But so far, with you know, over 100 flights on one of the motors, not a problem. I haven't had any problems with it, you know, skipping or cogging or you know, running too hot, anything like that. They've all run really, really well. So thanks for watching. Again, please check the comments down below. I'll have a link to my motor test spreadsheet where you can see all the motor test data. I'll also have links to where I purchased a motor from AliExpress and one from Banggood. Again, AliExpress is cheaper, but it took considerably longer to get to me from China than the Banggood motor did. And I'll also, like I said, I won't bother putting a link to this Turnigy 45. The link is still there, but it says it's discontinued. But I will put a link to the Turnigy Plush speed controller and these props, and you'll also can find them on the spreadsheet. So again, thanks very much for watching. Blue skies, calm winds to everyone. Park jet noise, the other sound of freedom, baby. Take care.